Hi everybody, it's Cara-Noelle again. I just wanted to check back in my last video, I shared that I'm moving forward with full mouth dental implants. But I didn't just wake up one day and decide that, right? There was a lot of thought, a lot of research, a lot of what are my options? Because this is not a small decision. It's medical, it's financial, it's emotional. And if you're watching this because you're in the same boat, I want you to see how I kind of walked through it. Starting with really a pattern of failures, right? Over the years, I've had multiple fillings, multiple root canals, crowns, retreatments. And now I'm in my late 40s, and those crowns and root canals are failing. My teeth are cracking. I have infections that have recurred. And I've had extractions that were needed at this point. And at my last cleaning, they suggested that at this time it would be better to consider a lower denture. Um, and that was kind of the moment that I realized I'm not fixing anymore and I'm maintaining this like steady decline, right? So I had to ask myself, how long do I want to keep patching? How long do I want to keep throwing money into this hole? So as I kind of looked through the different options, right, there's the traditional dentures, like that's option one, right? And honestly, that's the most affordable option. You just remove the failing teeth. In my case, it was all the lower teeth. And then wear removable dentures that you paste in or glue in or whatnot. But for me personally, I'm active. I lift weights. I'm trying to talk on camera more. I eat real food. And the idea of this removable appliance at only 47, it felt like I was accepting the end of something instead of rebuilding. And no judgment to anybody who chooses that. Um, I just didn't feel that it aligned with me and where I see myself, especially long term. So option two is or was for me import supported removable dentures, and that's where they place like implant studs in the jaw, and then the denture like snaps in and out at home on my own. They're definitely more stable than traditional dentures. It helps fight the bone loss that a lot of people see with dentures. It's definitely less expensive than fixed implants. Um, and that option, it was tempting, especially because of the price, but it's still removable. It's still something you take out. It's still acrylic. It still needs replacing over time. And my dentist at the time told me that when I was at home, her suggestion would be that they're out more than they're in because of comfort and wear and things like that, and bacteria and things like that. So I just pictured myself trying to work. I have a traditional 9 to 5. I'm on camera talking to people all day. I have to go to conferences where I'm in front of people literally all day. The last conference I went to, I was out of my hotel room by about 6:15, 6:30 every morning. And with the exception of maybe an hour break towards the evening, I was out until 10 and 11 o'clock at night with the work group as well. So those were really long days, and I really considered that when making this decision. So I had to ask myself, if I'm going to go through with this surgery and if I'm going to invest in this financially, did I want to do this in a way that felt halfway, right? And that's what brought me to option three, full fixed implants. It's permanent, they're screwed in. It feels as close to natural teeth as possible, from my understanding. They're designed to last long term. They say lifetime, but it's really like 15 to 20 years. So, given where I am at in age, 15 to 20 years seems long term enough, right? It is the most expensive. It is the most invasive. It has the most intense recovery. Um, but it potentially offers the most definitive solution. Um, then the next decision was, really my problem is on the bottom because of um, the things that I did earlier in life. There tends to be, when you have things kind of sitting in your mouth, they tend to rest at the bottom because that's like where saliva and everything kind of pools. So right now, the main problem really is the bottom teeth, and I'm starting to have some problems with my back teeth on the uppers. But really, it's the bottom teeth at this point that's becoming super impactful, where I'm having difficulty eating and chewing foods. So the decision was, do I do just the bottom, since that's where I'm having the problem and having the most failures right now, or do I just do everything at once? Um, Here's the reality, right? My upper teeth, my top teeth, I do have a few crowns. I have a few root canals. And based on what I've experienced on the bottom teeth, that's just going to continue to fail as well. And I actually, right before I had my initial intake or evaluation appointment with the office that I'm going with, I had a crown fall off on the top. So they're starting to be a problem now, and they will just continue to be a problem. So I had to ask myself, do I just fix half now and then go through the whole process again in what, like 5 years, maybe 10 years if I'm being generous? Um, or again, do I just want to cut the monster off at the head and rebuild completely all at once? And for me, the answer became clearer the more honest I got with myself. Um, and that's really why, like, how I got to this being such an emotional decision for me. It's not just teeth, right? It's regret and embarrassment over bad decisions when I was longer. It enters into conversations about sobriety history, young motherhood, my financial survival years, confidence, and undoing earlier decades of decisions and consequences. And that feels pretty heavy. So, in my next video, I'll share why I ultimately chose the full fixed implants and why I decided to do it all at once instead of just the bottom now and then, maybe the uppers later. So if you're in the research phase, I hope this helps you feel less alone. As you can see, this isn't glamorous. It's real. But yeah, I hope you will continue to join me as I continue down this path and this journey. I am now less than 1 month away from my surgery date, so I'm getting closer. I'm just trying to bide the time. Honestly, part of me thought maybe I'll just stop brushing and flossing, but that's just not me. I love the feeling of like that scrubbed clean teeth. I love going to the dentist and getting my cleanings, like that feeling of after they scrape them all off and polish them. I love the process and I love the feeling. So that's not something I see myself doing. I'm still flossing twice a day. I'm still brushing twice, sometimes 3 times a day, depending on what I'm eating throughout the day. So I'm continuing to take care of the teeth that I have for now. But yeah, I thank you guys for joining me and continuing to watch these videos. I hope that somebody finds them helpful. Leave me a comment if you have any questions you want me to address. But yeah, thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.